Hello guys, this is the final part of the 6-tier cake we decorated on live for Disney. So in this video, we're going to be covering pretty much all of the final details, the crown, the headpiece, everything. Okay, so jumping right in, I made the Evil Queen's headpiece thing off camera, and then I painted only the black bits with water so that I could dump some glitter on it. I wanted it to sparkle the same way the inside of the cake sparkles. And then I had to somehow figure out a way to make stained glass out of edible products. I'm not gonna lie, I was stumped. I had no clue until I came across this amazing fairy ring tutorial posted by the Sugar Scoop 3 years ago, and it was absolutely perfect for what I needed it for. So I started out with a rough sketch of the crown, and then I perfected it with a ruler. I literally felt like I was back in geometry, but it was really fun. I even colored it in so I can color coordinate it all. But for the actual tutorial, I suggest going over to the Sugar Scoop's page. She explains it really well. But all you'll need is edible lace, water, and gelatin. So for the edible lace, I just followed the instructions on the packet, and then I did try and dye it black, but it just turned out this gray color. I do go back and fix that later though, don't worry. For the piping, I used a number 4 writing tip for the outside lines and then a number 2 for the inside, but we'll come back to that later. I promise it makes sense. But then I just filled it in to the best of my ability, and already it looks so sick, mate. Oh my gosh, I was gassed. So this is where the gelatin comes in for the stained glass. So I just made a thick gelatin solution just like the Sugar Scoop told me to, and I dyed it all the colors I needed. And this is why I'm so glad that I colored in the crown first. It just made it so much easier to put the gelatin where it needed to go. I let this air dry for 24 hours, and then in the morning, this is what it looked like. I was so excited. Anyway, do you want to hear a not so fun fact? This was actually my second attempt. Yeah, my first attempt went terribly wrong. I did it on parchment paper instead of plastic. Don't do that. No, seriously, don't do that. It literally would not peel, and the gelatin warped the parchment underneath. Like, it was just a big fat mess. But anyway, here I've got some floral wire, and I'm just bending it to the shape of the crown for some stability. And this is exactly why I piped the outside lines thicker, so that the wire would have something to stick to. So I spray painted them black so they're nice and concealed, and then I used my leftover gelatin to stick the wire to the crown. Make sure the gelatin is only touching the edible lace, because if it touches the gelatin parts, it will melt it. Okay, it's time to address those grey lines. So all I did was paint over them with a teeny tiny paintbrush and black airbrush colors. I opted for airbrush because they dry very quickly and they're liquidy, so it would be easier to paint on. I then had to very carefully place it on the cake. But to be fair, I was surprised how strong this thing was. I did kind of manhandle it at one point because it wouldn't go inside the styrofoam, but it held up pretty well and it looks amazing. Oh my days. Pat on the back, Jane. Pat on the back. But now it's time for the piping, the thing I'm most comfortable with. I think this is the only thing on this whole cake that I've done before. I started with a very small shell border, and then an even smaller reverse shell border, and then like a bajillion drop lines, and then regular lines, all in dark chocolate ganache that I dyed black, by the way. And I like it. It's giving cobwebs, very Evil Queen witchy vibes. I then bejeweled the heck out this cake. I'm talking hundreds of tiny little rhinestones that I sat and jeweled for hours. I think I managed to watch 2 full movies doing this, but we're almost done, guys. I added my finishing sparkle, and I mean a lot of it. Disney literally said the Evil Queen's like a magpie, so they want this cake to shine. I then finished off the cake with these antler branches, and listen, I look like this. Yeah, oh gosh. Oh, she's serving. Ooh, skinny. So the cake looks like that. But in all seriousness, if you had told me 5 years ago that Disney, the Disney, would be reaching out to me to collaborate with, I would not have believed you. But look how God works, man. This is just so full circle, and I could not have done it without you guys. Like, the cake is gorgeous. It's magical, it's regal, it's dark, and everything that I could have imagined. So, as always, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, cuties.